Hi, good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? Trust you're doing well. Hi, Francisca. Hi, Diana. Hi, Yusuf. Welcome to today's analysis session. Um, how are you guys?
Thank you, Angie.
I'm all right. All right. Um, today's call is going to be a little bit different. We are going to um look at the charts a little bit, but I want to go over something that is very important, especially uh, trading, right, for us. And especially since the fact that we just finished the first quarter of 2022, right? And we just started the new year just 3 months ago. There's still a lot of time in the year, but before you know it, will finish the second quarter, third quarter, the fourth quarter. And it's just a wake-up call, this finishing the first quarter. And that's why I like first, apart from the fact that my birthday is on the first. It's like gives you a sense of like a fresh start, right? But you always want to start. If you are starting afresh something, you always want to start from a place of experience. So because psychology is very important in trading, I wanted us to go over discipline tonight. And as you know, I'm a personal development strategist also. So I'm actually writing an ebook um, on the discipline trader, on how to become a disciplined trader. So I took some things from it and I put it in this file that I'm going to share with you guys, right? If that is okay, before we go into what our pairs are doing this week. Because last week when we checked the pairs, they actually played out except gold and Euro GBP. That's what I saw. But first of all, let me open this and share my screen. Because it's very important. I was watching my intro video, like some of you know. I'm doing the course, have been working on it for almost like a year now. Anyways, it's a whole long story. So I was watching the intro video that I recorded like some last year, like around April, May last year, and it's still the one that's going to be on the site. And I said that it's about training your eyes to trade what you think, not what you see, and you have to have the right psychology to be able to trade. And I usually tell my students that trading is 90% psychology and 10% the actual strategy of technical and fundamental analysis. 90% being like 50% how you train your mind, and then 40% your money management, right? Because if you over leverage and you don't have proper risk management and you don't know when to get out of a trade and all of that, all of those elements will affect how your trade, works out in the long run. Trading is a business, and just like any business, you have to have the discipline to actually stick with it and have a plan, right? So I just put this together, developing discipline for this next quarter that we are in already, which is going to be exciting. If not for anything, because of everything that is happening in the financial world. And I mentioned last week, I'm going to tell my students. So in May, something is coming up. So first of all, developing discipline. One thing you need to know, okay, let me start this from the beginning, from the current slide. Okay, so the center of anything is self-discipline. And I actually saw this quote from Will Smith. And this is not because it's trending right now. I took this from the book that I'm writing, and I've been on it since like last year. So it's so ironic that he didn't exercise self-discipline recently, but you can't take away the work from the man. he highlighted at the center of anything in life, no matter what you want to do in life, you need to apply self-discipline. And yeah, it's very important. So what is discipline itself? Discipline simply means self-control. It simply means control, right? To be in control, to have control over the things that you can control. Because I am a Christian, and I believe in Jesus Christ. So I believe that there are a lot of things that God controls, and there are a lot of things that He has given me the power to control. So me having discipline over those things is very important, to be able to control what I can control. It means to be true to your word. It means to make a decision to do something, to set it in stone. That means to write it out so much that you don't need an accountability partner to keep you on track. You don't need somebody to always ask you and to always tell you, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you done that? If you always need somebody like that, that means you haven't fully developed your discipline. It is important that you know that discipline is all about having control, controlling what you can control. You know, when you tell somebody that you're going to do something, you should do it as much as you can, except things are like beyond your control, except your health gets in the way and any other thing. But you should try as much as possible to always show up, always do whatever you commit yourself to do. And even in the first quarter of the year, the first 3 months, I know in January, a lot of us wrote goals, and a lot of us had goals entering into this year. This year is, you know, we made decisions to like do a lot of things, to take our life seriously, to take our trading seriously, to take our budgeting seriously, to, you know, just go the extra mile. But have we been disciplined enough to keep that going? Have we been disciplined enough to show up every day without having somebody? Because we are really the pilots of our lives. Like, we're really in control. That's why a lot of things are just happening anyhow, because a lot of people don't have the understanding that God has really given you the power of self-control, and He has given you the power to do everything. So, you know, it is your responsibility to have that discipline, to stick to it. So, and I also removed like some characteristics of being disciplined. If you want to, you know, start being disciplined, this is what disciplined people do. All these things, they are what disciplined people do. So number one, they do not give into short-term valuation rather. So disciplined people think long-term, right? So for example, like I just committed myself to working out, and you know, it's been exhausting. There are days where I cannot even lift my hand, I can't even lift my leg, and I know that it is like that for a lot of people that work out, because it's normal. And you know, and I'm like, is this pain ever going to stop? And I see people that are literally ripped with six packs and everything, and they're still like, they're just like, oh my God. So, but I know that I know why I'm doing it, and I know why I'm committing myself to it. I was just literally discussing with my sister about how my dad had a heart attack. He had a heart attack and he had stroke, and it was because, like, knowing everything we know now, it was because of his choices. Like, it was, you know, obviously he was not taking care of his heart. So we doing all of these things that we're doing now is because we don't want that to, we know it's in the genetics now, right? It's in the genes, and it's what is pushing us to do it. But is it difficult? Yes, it is. But we have the long-term goal in mind. So whatever it is that you want to do, even in trading, right? Even in trading, you don't have a short-term mindset. You always want to think long-term. And I actually highlight how you can set your goals in a YouTube video that I did on literally how to set your goals in 2022. So it's here on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So also another thing that disciplined people do is that they won't accept weakness. They won't accept weakness. A lot of things might be weighing you down. If you are living in Nigeria, if you are in this world since 2020, a lot of things, like things are just causing different types of weaknesses. People are just experiencing different things that seem beyond their control. And, but if you are disciplined enough for your goal, you remain focused, you pick yourself back up and remain focused in what you want to do. So be like till you achieve what you want to do, right? Are you guys following?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
All right. So another thing is not letting your emotions control you. Oh, I really had to work on this one. I really had to work on this one personally, right? Because I didn't think I was emotional, right? But I now started evaluating about how I reacted to a lot of things. So I had to develop discipline. I mean, that's why I'm writing a book on it. I had to develop discipline and not allow my emotions control me. So no matter what I'm feeling in that particular time, today was a great example. Something really got me upset. Someone told me something that kind of got me upset, but in 1 minute, I just went over it. Something that is supposed to linger, but because I already know that if I allow this thought of being angry linger enough, it's going to affect my entire day. I am not going to be able to look at things clearly as I am supposed to. So what your emotions do is they cloud your sight, your mind sight, your eyesight, and in that moment for the next few hours, you are not seeing clearly, you are not thinking clearly, you are just thinking about the hurt that you feel, you're thinking about the pain that you feel, you're thinking about the regrets that you feel, the anger, all of those things. Even happiness, right? Even being happy, being overconfident in the trading psychology course that I'm currently working on. Seems like I'm working there a lot, but yeah, I am. I can't wait to finish and put it out and just be done with it. In the trading psychology, I'm like, I went over a few emotions that traders go through. And one of it is overconfidence and be being overexcited and all of those things. Things will happen in your life and they'll cause you to be excited, but don't let that control you. In my house, I'm probably an extremist, but sometimes they make a joke and I'm just like, most times. And they're like, you like this thing? This is funny. I say, yeah, but I need to go back. But like, they're just like, when things happen, my sisters are very expressive, right? They're very expressive, but I'm just like, that's because I have an extra, shield of Forex that will not let me just be, anyhow. But, I also learned to manage it, right? But the point is, don't let your emotions control you. Don't let it cloud you, your judgment. And also, then another thing is starting small and mastering it. Start small and master it, especially in this world of instant gratification. Everybody just wants to make it. And I've been there. I thought, I'll always reference to Forex because, we are traders. I thought that it was a money doubling scheme. I honestly thought like after 1 week, I was going to get it. Like, I told everyone like, we are going to be rich. Like we are going to be rich. But that was in the beginning. And I was like, this is it. So, I was doing all the wrong things and just losing money. That's because I didn't master it. First of all, I got the wrong knowledge in the first place. But I didn't master the things that I knew. And it's just so simple right now that I know it. That I'm like, oh my God, all this time wasted, right? So it's when you learn something very small, you master it, you become a master in that thing before you move on to the next. And it's why I actually give my students assignment, I have a rule of 100 where they go over something 100 times, right? Because repetition is key. The more you practice it, the more progress you'll make, and it becomes a part of you, and you can actually read it like the back of your hand. And it's very, necessary, right? And even, if you are working out, you start with carrying small weights before you go to the big ones. I would know, because those big ones are quite scary. Okay, so Diana said in the chat that she read a book titled Four Agreements, and it really helped in managing her emotions. Yeah, okay, I'll check it out. Four Agreements. Okay, so another thing that you do, I literally listed a lot here, but practicing daily. And what it does is that it builds your confidence, right? One of my South African mentors told me one time that the reason why you don't have confidence in your trading is because you lack knowledge. You lack the knowledge, right? And you've not built it enough. And even if you know, you've not built it enough. So when you know something, but do you really know it? And knowing comes from practicing it. Just like we said about mastering something over and over again. John Maxwell is a leadership coach, and he said that for you to become a master at something, you should have done that thing over 10,000 times, at least 10,000 times, right? So every day you should have something that you are doing over and over and over and over and over again. Before you know it, it becomes a part of you. Nobody can take it from you. And that's the beautiful thing about trading, actually. Nobody can take that skill away from you. Even if I go off, take the entire year off right now, but because of all the work that I've put in over the years, it has stayed with me. It's like I can literally see what is happening. And when I began to actually trade and apply what I knew and I back tested a lot. I did a lot of training of my eyes. I just, looked at the chart for what it was. It really helped with the confidence in taking trades. So even if like I got in too early, or I got in during a consolidation, you can look in the mic, please. Thank you. So even if I got in early, or it's taking a while for it to come, and my mind wanted to start playing tricks on me, like, oh, it's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Are you sure? I'll still stay with it, because I had already put my stop loss in place. So anything that is going to happen, I know that I did my best in this analysis, right? So it really helped with confidence and in trading. I mean, I'm literally here every Saturday now, putting out my own analysis out there. So trust me, practice works, right? I mean, so, and another thing that disciplined people do is that they never act on anger. You don't act on, never, obviously. The latest example is Will Smith, like the latest one. You don't act on anger. It's not like, I don't even have a take on what happened. I'm just saying, like, when you are angry, you manage your emotions. You don't let it control you. When you're angry, you don't let that anger be the basis of the decisions that you're taking. You have to calm down no matter what. There is nothing good that comes from being angry, right? You can't, some people say holy anger, but there's nothing good that comes from being angry, right? So make sure, like, whatever I do is not based off of anger from somewhere. It's really not good. Work on that emotions. Then another thing is, you should keep cool. Disciplined people keep cool when others are hot, when there's chaos everywhere, especially in the crypto industry, like, oh, this is buying, this is selling, oh, this is pumping, this is going up, have you seen this coin? Everybody is just everywhere, right? You just know how to keep calm, like, especially when BTC drops, like drops 10,000, like maybe from 40,000 to 30,000, and everybody is just out of like, what we are doing is crashing, blah 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 blah. But when you are disciplined and you have a plan, and even if it falls out of plan, you never expected BTC to fall, even if, right, you keep cool, just assess the situation, you don't blow hot. There's nothing good that comes from panicking. And one of my mentors said this, Mashon, she says that a confused mind does nothing. So when you are confused, your mind is chaotic, like there is just so much going on. When you allow outside noise to just penetrate, you won't be able to do anything, you won't be able to assess your situation well. So keep cool. And then the last one, they don't get thrown off balance. Don't get thrown off balance, no matter what is happening. Don't be like, hey, what would I do this? Just keep cool. Literally, don't get thrown off balance with everything that is happening in Nigeria. It's so sad, really, really sad. Every single thing is like nothing is working. But if you are disciplined and focused and just focus on your goal, just align your eyes. Don't join on Twitter to always be tweeting, because like it takes a lot of energy. If you don't know, like what you are emitting is energy like negative energy, right? And that is going to enter into your environment, and it will affect you, and it can affect your finances. So you don't want to get thrown off balance. And let's relate this to trading. When you're trading and then you probably didn't check that there will be like any high impact news that day, and it probably just swinged up before continuing in your direction. And that happens a lot, especially when we have NFP news. It swings up and then goes out to your direction, and you're like, oh, and you quickly close the direction that you were in to quickly scalp that place, and before you know it has already come back another. You'd be like, oh my God, I knew it was going this way. Oh. And you start to feel regret, and you put in a larger lot size, try to edge, you buy and sell at the same time. It's just a whole lot of chaos. And so don't get thrown off balance. So I just added this place here about what disciplined traders do. Trading is very boring. I mean, when you master it, because you are just doing, it's like easy money. You're doing the same thing over and over again. So disciplined traders are very monotonous. They do one thing. Is when you look for strategies here and there. Trust me, I have gone back and forth. I have, if you know how many materials, like I have read a lot, I have taken a lot of courses from people in South Africa, in the UK, in US, Nigeria. My eyes have seen, my ears have heard. Oh my God, like in this Forex, no, I've seen a lot of people's strategy, like in YouTube, on YouTube, I've seen a lot. But until I calm down, and then I followed just simple steps of being a retail trader, just the simple things, the basic things. No need to be changing the names and be saying couch, or be doing, just different things, or be just, it's chaotic. And even if that's your strategy, if you have a strategy that the EMA is crossing the alligator or something, just stick to that thing. Just stick to one thing and be doing it over and over again. Whatever gives you the success that you're looking for, just stick to it. There is no perfect trading style. Right? Everyone can develop however they want to trade. There is no perfect strategy out there. Just stick to the one that works for you, and stop jumping helter-skelter. Stop. And that's what's killing a lot of traders, especially a lot of Nigerian traders. Like, you have this person you're looking at, you have that person you're looking at, you're just everywhere. You want to combine this strategy, combine that, thinking that if you combine one here, one there, you will have the perfect holy grail of trading. No, trust me, there's no holy grail. The holy grail is how you approach the markets. So Just do one simple thing and do it over and over again. That's all. That's all that is required. It means following simple steps every time, doing the things that most people are too undisciplined to do day in, day out, and then doing it to the best of their abilities. This is what disciplined traders do, right? So most people, when they see their trades going out, like in drawdown, they might not even put stop loss, right? So they might just be in like a 50% drawdown and all of that. They'll still be hoping for it to go in their direction. Meanwhile, you know that you're supposed to cut the trade, right? And if you cut the trade and it still goes in your direction, that means you have to reevaluate how you didn't get that entry right. Right. It still happened. Like I haven't gotten stopped out in a while, but this week I did with what was the pair? I think it was GU. But it didn't really affect because my risk management is on point. Like it didn't affect at all the entire overall view of the market. I just saw like, oh, I was too early in this thing and the market is so choppy. And I don't even if I had left it, it would have gone in profit, but I wasn't just in the mood to, I had other trades that were running. All right. So you always want to know when to cut your losses. You want to know when to take profits. Again, very important. When to take profits. When your trade has hit your take profit, you take profit. That's what take profit is. Take the profit. Don't leave it and say, I'm seeing this is going to go over here. You're overthinking it and you lose that entire money that the market has given you. You give it back, right? And you regret that, oh, I should have taken it here, I should have taken it there. You'll be hoping, it's just a lot of things. So be disciplined enough to get out of your trade when you are supposed to get out, either in loss or in profit, right? And yeah, that's it. So 7 steps to become a disciplined trader is in the ebook that would be out soon in Q2. Q2. So yeah, that's it. Do you guys have any questions before we go on the chat? And did that make sense for you? You can unmute your mic. What? Do you have any questions? Answer now.
No question.
Okay. All right, it's 9:35. All right, so let's go over what price is doing this week. Fundamentally, let's check. Fundamentally, I think everything is just settling in. I haven't really read the articles, and I haven't really read the articles today. And honestly, this in February, because of the war and everything, and keeping up and keeping track, I noticed I found myself going back to the habit of always checking the news and seeing if it aligns. And that's another thing, right, that I had to break out of and pinpoint that is one of the things that was disturbing my trade, because it was giving me anxiety of checking the news, of seeing breaking news, this, that, and I'm already in a running trade of like in profit, and I quickly close it because I think that breaking news would affect the market. But if my trade will still go to the take profit that I already set it, and I had already missed out on a lot. So I had to just cut back on the news that I was looking at. But I'm also aware of the high impact news that we're supposed to have. So I just read it and just know what's happening, but you don't react to it with your trades. Use your technical analysis to enter your trades. Use your fundamentals to just understand what's happening in the economy. So this past week rather, we had the non-farm payroll on the 1st of April, which is weird. It's usually not on the first day of the month if it falls on Friday, but yeah. And then we had the numbers were Non-farm payrolls, as you know, we've gone over it. They are the data that comes out for the people that are working the labor force in the US, except farmers and those people like that are in the farming business. So the numbers were lower than expected on Friday. So this coming week, we have, hope you guys can see the screen. We have FOMC on Wednesday. FOMC minutes, that'll be in the evening Nigerian time, and then jobless claims. Next week, the market will just react to the non-farm payroll news, and this is how price reacted to it on Friday. It went up. That's the dollar index, the USD. So I had this trade here, not trade, but the analysis, because I don't necessarily trade the USD. I just use it as an analysis, right? So where this was is, it was around this place last week, and we're here last week and we analyzed this to go up. Perfect. In fact, this was too perfect. Came up to this place and dropped, right? Exactly. And now that we are measuring this drop, we are in this consolidation also. We're in this consolidation. So that was what gave us the confirmation, this resistance level, that when price comes to this area, it's going to like come down. And that's what it did. And when it got down here, it hit this let me increase this. So it hit this daily trend line. This purple is my daily trend line. Hits the daily trend line here and started reversing up. And what that did was that gold and GBP and everything came down, and Euro USD too came down. And then for the non-farm payrolls, that was when I had this fib here, and then it pushed up to the second take profit. So now that it has pushed there, I am looking for it to continue this sell that is doing back down. But first, again, we wait for it, because there is a zone here. And just because it hits the second take profit, which usually tells us that a potential reversal is around, and this is even minor structure, right? So just because it hit it, we have to wait to see how price reacts in that zone here. That's why I have this here. Just set an alert there. So, and again, this also lines up with this 61.8% of that downward push there. Hope you can see it. This Fibonacci here. So we are looking, so it might just push up to this 78 before it drops down. So, and how do we trade that? We correspond it to things like gold. Gold was, so last week, right? I had gold buying. Where were we last week? Around here, I had like two minor trend lines there. Here. So I was waiting for a retest of the trend lines that I was using to be able to take the trade up, but I never got that retest. Instead, it pushed and broke past that trade. So this is why it's very important to always have your confirmations, right? You always want to wait for that retest and confirm that it's actually retesting. So it pushed down, and I didn't trade gold last week because I was trading something else, US state. So it pushed down, and currently where we are now, I just put this trend line here to see and for it to break past, but I do see it spiking down here a bit. That's why I put this alert here to this level here before actually shooting up, which corresponds with DXY. You get it? So yeah. Then with US 30, also perfect last week. The two calls that we made with US 30 actually worked out. So I don't know, my US 30 charts deleted. So I have to, so I'm starting to analyze it again, which is quite annoying, but still fun. But I know we were around this, we're in a consolidation last week. Yes, we're here. Around here. So, yeah, I said like we should wait for price to finish its upward move. We're around here. For price to finish its upward move and then come down. So I also had another, zone here. That if it breaks this zone downwards, I'll take it to this next place. But if it doesn't, it bounces off it to go up. And I did mention that I was watching for US 30 to go up at that point in time. So we had that, push up because it came down here to retest, and it has, what it did was come back to this weekly level around here. So currently with US 30, I actually have this buying again, this at least when price opens up to like, that's why I said I don't have I had the analysis before it's did what it did. So but I'm watching for this. I actually took this small buy here on Friday, which was like 1,000 pips, like 100 pips on the normal broker. Where is that? So yeah, I am watching it for it to come to this level here. Let's just say this pushes up here. Yeah. Again, when you're trading US 30, you don't trade it with less than $1,000 account, and you don't use more than no, more than 0.01, at first. So that's what I'm watching for with US 30 before we actually get a push down, because the US dollar is, the economy is increasing interest rates. So that's what I'm watching out for that. And then JPY, yeah, GJ is pulling back actually. So just like I mentioned last week that we are waiting for this to pull back a bit. When the market opened with GJ, it didn't necessarily pull back immediately. It didn't necessarily drop immediately. It went up, right? And I didn't give a concrete thing last week, but I said I was watching for it to drop down. So it has started that drop, and it did the first push, the first impulse push downward. So this is what I'm looking at with this. Just doing a quick here, right, before we actually move here. That's what I'm watching for. So what he's doing now is I'm waiting for what will confirm this small buy here. It's this. Right? Does that make sense? So which also aligns with this resistance level here that will push price down, but we don't look far into the market. We wait for it to give us. So when price opens, we wait for it to give us, an extra confirmation. But even if I put a feed here, right, this is the 38% level. So yeah, also aligned. So I'm watching, the main trade is a sell, but the minor move is a buy with GJ. And so let's go to our green list a little and pick like two things there. with BTC. Okay. So BTC last week, yeah, this was also really nice. I am watching for BTC to go into a buy. Of course, I mentioned 52% last week. So where were we with BTC? I had a bus pattern here. Yeah, I had this bus pattern here last week. So it didn't come to that trend line, right? But it pushed up. Now it has come to retest that area and we are pushing up again. So for BTC, yeah, we're going up with BTC. And if you trade crypto, I would actually take advantage of the altcoins that would go up, although I won't be doing that. I just invest in crypto and just leave it. And NFTs too, the boom is coming, everybody's getting their confidence back and all of that. So I am watching BTC to first get to this weekly level. That is looking far, but my entry is already here. I've had a break and retest of this trend line here. So just put your stop loss below here. Yeah, below here, get stopped out. It's BTC, you spike. I'm not trading BTC. I have fun just watching it. So which other one should we go over? The last one on this green list. You guys now only trade GJ and gold and USDT, but I have this green list for this call. So which one should we go over? Take a vote.
GBP USD.
GBP USD. Okay. That's GBP AED. GBP USD. Yeah. So hold on. Holy Spirit, activate. Okay, I think network wants to kick us out again. So, but I have GU in a buy for the week. And this consolidation was actually nice. But it's currently in a consolidation. We'll see if this 4-hour candle, if it closes bullish on Monday, gives us that confirmation, because it has hit a reversal zone of 61.8. So we'll be buying up to this level. Yeah, I know the DXY also is going down during the week, but the first reaction of the DXY is for it to finish its bullish move, but we'll see. But I do have this going into a buy this week from what I can see. So yeah, it means the structure that has been forming, because if we see here, right, so I don't just see hold on. This hits the first take profit of this major structure Fibonacci that I just put out, just to measure where it's coming from, and it hit the first take profit, so it's pulling back. And then we also have this 4-hour green trend line here. So if we are going to go up before even that place, watch for it to hit here, and then if it breaks, retest here, take it up. So I do have GU in it buy for the week. So just find a good entry when price opens. So yeah, so that's it. Do you have any questions? or concerning all of this? All right, so that's fine. And what is happening in May is just May, June, and August, actually. So it's going to be we are going to work hard to have our dirty December. It's going to be clean December weeks. So, yeah. I'll send details, and I actually thought about it when I'm having it with my students. Also, the people that have been consistent on this call also will also get invited to know how yeah, it will be. When will your trading course be out? It's supposed to have been out since January, but Q2, I was actually in a meeting with my website designer, and I had another meeting with my editors, and yeah, it's coming along. I just need to re-record one course, and then everything will be fine. And I finished the fundamental analysis. So this quarter, before we end this quarter, yeah, but before the end of this month, we should have something. So don't worry. It's coming, it's coming. I will announce it, just keep coming. But it's going to be so good because since you guys listen, like how I know this course will change lives, like creating it has been really, really, really energy sapping. Right? Creating it has been crazy for me. But I've had to delete it like twice, and then redo it and all of that. And you know, the way I structured it is that we have a whiteboard teaching, and then I go on the chat to show you what I just taught you on the whiteboard. So we have the screen recording and then the theory recording, and we have technical analysis, fundamental analysis, trading psychology, you know, introduction. The first one is introduction. So where you have the Forex 101 and crypto 101 at first, and then you have the strategy one when I just show you how I literally just enter the trades. That's going to be a short one because it's like, but it's the main one, but you have to have gone through everything to take it. So how much should you prepare for it? So I've had the price since and even before all the chaos that it took, so I won't increase it. I've already had the price, so it's $50 or more for just one. So if you want to have the entire thing, yeah, I think it will work on that discount or whatever we'll give for it. But for now, just prepare for the entire course. Just prepare less than $500. It's less than $500. Yeah, so everything. They also have a personal development course, full personal development course. That one is coming. I've only done just one out of 7. So it's going to be an amazing year, and I wish you guys a week full of pips. Catch as many pips as you can and use this analysis that we've given as a head start into the week. So God bless you guys. Have a great week. Have a great day tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.